Hi guys, so watch me get MZ to 1K trophies. Now let's give a basic character overview of MZ. MZ is an epic control brawler with an attack that causes damage over time with her hairspray clouds that damage enemies multiple times, right? Her style is themed around the social media influencer slash zombie blogger aesthetics, trying to sell her hairspray. She's also a niece of Mortis, who she's supposed to be working for, by the way. Um, okay, let's talk about her attacks. Her attacks is her hairspray. MC sprays a large cloud of hairspray that lingers in place. Enemies take multiple takes of damage if they stay inside the cloud. The further the enemy is from MC, the more damage takes they take. It's a very strong for controlling choke points and objectives. So pretty much, right? So MC, the longer an enemy stays in MC's cloud, the more damage they'll take, and the better for her. Yeah. So in terms of her super is called Friend Zona Field. MC creates a large purple cloud around herself. The cloud slows enemies down and deals continuous damage while it's running. It's great for escaping, area control, finishing off enemies, as well as excellent in team fights. As regards gadgets, Frenzona instantly knocks back nearby enemies, helps MC deal with close range assassins, tanks, or aggressive brawlers actually, and pushes them back. So her star power is called Bad, there's Bad Karma, which each damage take from MZ's attack increases damage taken from the next tick. Then there's Hype. MZ heals while enemies are inside her super. So her strengths, excellent area control, strong in team fight, good against tanks and grouped enemies. It's strong in modes like Hot Zone, Gem Grab, and Brawl Arena. Okay, so her weakness are very obvious. Scotch is a mid-range brawler, close-up brawlers are her weakness, so she's not the best at close range, even though there's a pushback defense, but she needs good positioning to maximize damage. Okay, so basically that's pretty much about MZ. So I think one thing that's pretty cool is that her design is a mix of zombie horror and high fashion influencer vibes, and she's actually my outright favorite character. So that's a bit about MZ. Yeah, so let's move on to um getting MZ to like 1K brawlers and all that. So I've been trying to get MZ to 1,000 brawlers since I started playing Brawl Stars, to be very honest. So with the change in how trophies are added, the change to the mastery system and the removing of the trophy box. So I think the new update in terms of the trophy system and the player mastery system has made it easier to push for players to 1K and above, right? So yeah, I think that's pretty good to mention because usually, or prior to now, if you lost when you are between I think 900 to 1,000 trophies, you'd be instead of you'd be losing 10 trophies. There about yes, 10 trophies, and a win is sometimes nine between 9 and 10 trophies. So for every loss is the same for every win. So it's kind of it's been very difficult to like scale. But with the reduction in lost trophies, the changing of the format made it easier to like really level up. I think that's a good thing, especially to um how like say this now to not like highly skilled but like mid-level brawlers like me, average players. Yeah, that would be more appropriate term. So for average players, it's easier to scale and it's easier to push masteries on specific brawlers. So one of the games I chose to push MZ, which I think MZ is a very strong player for, is Brawl Arena. So if you don't already know the objectives of Brawl Arena, let me give you a quick overview. So it's to take out the enemy's station basically. It has the same vibe as Spirit Wars, I think, and I think it came out after Spirit Wars. I could be wrong because I'm fairly recent with Brawl Stars, a couple of years. So yeah, so the goal is to take out enemy station with your team, and it can get very intense. It's one of the longer running gameplays for Brawl Stars compared to other field games that are less than 3 minutes. Brawl Arena runs for 5 minutes minimum, I think, and it's a very intense game. Yeah, so the good thing about Brawl Arena is that the reward points are higher than any other game mode. You have you get anywhere from actually you get 15 trophies when you win. So it makes pushing for more trophies with this particular game mode a wiser choice. I've honestly been trying to get MZ to 1K for the longest time. So this was a very good opportunity to do it. Um, if you notice, some of the gameplays have a sign for poor network, which is another challenge of gaming. Network affecting your gameplay and all that. So yeah, that's pretty much an overview. Um, what else? Yeah, that's pretty much an overview of MC and an overview of Brawl Arena and why I chose it. MZ is one of the best brawlers to use for Brawl Arena. Max damage, max area control, and if you're proficient with MZ, you would always have like a great game. But then there are some brawlers that would make playing MZ in Brawl Arena difficult. But again, it's up to your proficiency level in using um, MZ. So my MZ character, I have two buffies for I think I don't have the hypercharge buffy, but I have two buffies. So the buffy for the star power and the super. So yeah, there's that. Maybe that's why it was easier. One of these games was really intense to play. So in this edit, I have every game leading up to me pushing above 1,000 trophies for MZ. Though I played a bit more after the games, after getting to 1,000 trophies. One of the things I also noticed that even if you lose games when you get your first 1,000, you don't get deducted to less than 1,000. It's like you get you stay on your 1,000 trophies and you get a new shield for the brother. Yeah. Um, if you have anything that you really want to know, you can also put it in the comment section, and I would love to answer or make a video about it, depending. But that's pretty much it. Yeah. So yes. So another thing, if you've noticed, if you haven't been on Brawl Stars in like the last 14 days, by the time you get back in, you're going to notice so many changes that have occurred in the gameplay, and it can be overwhelming and a lot, especially when you haven't been playing for a while. They are like another new set of brawlers in. There's Siri, there's Glowbird, there's so many brawlers in place, and how you win trophies, the Buffy's feature, the extended Star Road feature, more XP points, the increased daily challenges. There's so many things that has been added. I understand it's to make the game more entertaining, but it can be a bit overwhelming, especially when you haven't been around for a while and you're just coming in. It can really throw you off. Even some aspects of the interface has changed. New buttons and features have been added. pretty much that. So one of my favorite games in this series of games to reach 1,000 trophies was the game with a healer support character Poco, which made the game easier to play, and leveling up was so much more easier by far. The trick for Brawl Arena is you have two options, right? You can either push to complete the game as fast as possible, or you level up first, then trash your enemies basically. But and it always depends on your opponent. So if you're playing an opponent that it may be difficult or take a lot of time for them to level up, it will be wiser to try to wrap up the game as push and try to wrap up the game as quick as possible. Then if it's for an enemy that would make be easier for them to level up, so a team with maybe Edgar that they can pretty much be attacking robots to level up. It would be wiser to close out the game before they can level up, or take them out as fast as possible so that you can level up first. Again, with one thing about Brawl Arena is it's not over till it's over, because a game can be won in the very, very last second. One of the games we even played was that we had finished, we had gotten to the enemy's final station, we had take we had hit the final station to be as low as possible, and we still lost because the other team had leveled up and just put all their energy into trashing us, and that was very heartbreaking. So Brawl Arena for me is one of like the most intense games, and it's one of my favorites actually. Again, if you have any questions, please ask. Please follow my channel, like, leave a comment. Yes, and like I said before, I am a very average player, but I think I am a bit proficient with MZ. I rank in the top 1,000 actually. Well, top 1,000 in my country anyway. Actually, for MZ, I'll check again. I haven't checked in a while, but last I checked, I was in the top 1,000 players. So yeah, um, that's pretty much for MZ, and it's the first brawler that I'm getting to 1K. The next brawler I'm going to try to get to 1K is Bo. I'm currently at 900 plus with Bo. Bo is a recent find for me, so I haven't. I started out. MZ is one of the first players I got in Brawl Stars and I started playing. So I have. Like I said, I'm pretty proficient with using MZ, and she's like one of the easiest players to handle, basically. So if you're starting off Brawl Stars and you're still getting a hang of the controls and all, MZ is a pretty decent player to start with. And games that MZ really excels at are Hot Zone, Brawl Arena, Gem Grab, any good game that has the opportunity of strategy and range. Alright, that's pretty much all from me. I hope you can hear me, and I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe. Yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and also feel free to comment players you've been able to get to 1K trophies or more, and how many 1K trophies you have. Bye.